So today we're going to install Windows 11 on our Hyper-V server. Now I've connected to the Hyper-V server we're going to use. Your lecturer will tell you which of the two to do there. And we're going to start a new virtual machine. So little wizard which will lead us through it. We'll work our way through. So the first thing is to give it a suitable name, and to make things easier to find on here, what we recommend you do is you put in your class code. So I'll just put QB ABC, obviously I'm not in a group, hyphen your group, so I'll be group A, then your own name and a description of the machine. So there we go. It's always going to be a Generation 2 virtual machine that we create. That gives us all the extra features. It would be very, very unusual to do an older Generation 1 one there. Now, Windows 11 has minimum requirements of 4 bytes of memory, so we'll put in 4096 there. And network wise, well, we'll choose the one called external access switch. That means during the installation, Windows can go and check for updates and get us going. So we'll do next on that one. And again, a virtual hard drive, and I'm going to do 56 gig. That's just above the minimum required by Windows 11. And it will need installation media. So we're going to install it from an image, and we will browse to drive D on this machine and ISO, and in there we can find Windows 11. It then gives us a quick summary, and we can press finish, but we're not actually finished. We need to tweak one or two settings. So I found my virtual machine, it should still be highlighted. We'll go to settings, and two things we need to do. We'll go to security, and we need to enable the trusted platform module. That will allow us to do cryptography, and it's one of the features of Windows 11. It's one of the necessities of Windows 11. It also, we will go to processor, and we will need to put it up to 4 cores to get the machine going. That's all we need to do, nothing more needed. So we'll say OK. And we will connect to a virtual machine, wait for it to appear, and then we'll press start, and we get ready to press anything on the keyboard. I'll just move that so you can see slightly more of it. So it started up. The questions are quite simple. United Kingdom has been chosen by default, so we'll hit next. Big button, it says install now. And we're going to just use a trial version. It'll do us for 120 days. So I'm going to say I don't have a product key. Now we're going to install Windows 11 Pro. That seems to be the better one for what we want to do. And it'll give us the license agreement. So I will accept it. Next. And we will go for a customized one, install Windows only. We have nothing to upgrade on this machine, so it's impossible to do an upgrade. There's where a blank hard drive of 56 gig of it. There are two choices. You could make a partition and follow the steps through, or we can simply just hit next. And now there'll be a bit of a pause while it goes and installs. So the machine's installed. It's going to do a quick restart, and the word of advice here is don't touch anything on the keyboard at all. Just let it reboot and carry on with the installation. So Windows has finished the installation process. Now it's just a few more questions to ask. So it has picked United Kingdom again. That's fine. Which keyboard do we have? Well, again, United Kingdom. And do we want a second keyboard? We will skip that. So we'll now check for updates and progress once it has done that. So it's now asking for the name of the PC. Now, can't be just numbers, can't be more than 15 characters, and you're not allowed things like spaces and stuff like that. Stick to hyphens and underscores, I would say. So I'm going to call my one Ken's PC. And the other thing I should have said then there is also don't just call it Ken. If you're going to use the username Ken, won't allow that. So now it's asking us how we would like to set up and log into this machine. Now, this is one of the annoyances with Windows 11. It tries to get you to do a Microsoft account if it's a personal one, or link it to your college email address. However, there is a little trick if you want to get past it. So what we'll do is we'll set it up for work or school. Then on the next screen, we will tell it that we planned to log it in to a domain. So what we'll do is we'll go to sign-in options, domain join instead, and then we're actually not going to join it to a domain. So it's a nice little cheat to get you just a local account. So give yourself a name. Again, make sure it's not the name of the PC. And we'll put a secure password in. And confirm it. And then it asks us some security questions. So I'm just going to pick some random ones. And we'll just put Bob for every answer that we can. So that one, what was your childhood nickname? We'll also just put Bob. And finally, what is the name of your oldest cousin? And we will say Bob. I know a lot of Bobs. Then it's personal preference time. I'm going to say no to absolutely everything and work my way through that one. I'm going to say required only. No again. No again. No once more. So it's now using its internet connection to check for any updates. Hopefully there won't be many, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So it's booting up, it's getting everything ready for us, and we should get a desktop very, very soon. So there we have it. It's asked us what size of screen do we want, so we'll just connect to that one. And once it reorganizes everything, we should get a Windows login. I'll stick my secret password in. And it will log me in and give me a Windows desktop. Because the way I'm viewing it, it's cut a little bit off, but believe me, there's a start menu down at the bottom here that we can use.